The Clippers get the victory. 27 from James Harden, a season high, 17 for Nico Batum. Kawhi with 20. And the Clippers get 8 and 12 from Bogdan Bogdanovic. We will see you in a few. Adam's going to take us the rest of the way when we return. For Big Brother Jake Warner, our audio engineer, Joey Kimball, our statistician, Daniel West back in the studio. We hand the keys to Adam Onson here in your Clippers Audio Network.
Bogey, my player to watch, killed it today. So happy.
He did.
When did you pick him?
Just now.
That's an Adam move.
It's a bold move, if I say so. But whatever. Hater.
Hey, look, I've been pretty good tonight. The hater rate has been to the left of me.
I doubt that.
I had the guy at a season high.
Thank you. Let's go, Clipper Nation. Man, what time we get out
Like
at?
35 minutes.
Gotcha. 2 in a row. Let's go.
Keep it rocking.
That was taking care of business, yawning tears. It wasn't the most impressive victory, but they got back to their defensive principles, and I'm happy about that. The Knicks, obviously, undermanned, second half of back-to-back. You got to put it in context, but we will take it.
Wow, Jokic had a 30, 20, and 20.
I thought some of the offensive process was good, Jonathan. I thought some of it was lacking too, but I do think they were really hot from three, and thank goodness they were to start this game, or else they would have been in big trouble. Batum especially hot. Unfortunately, that was Carlos' player to watch.
Unfortunately, can you hear this guy, big bro? It's like we can't all be happy. He has to be the best. That's how it works up here. Jeez.
Y'all didn't
Louise.
win. Only I won.
Only Adam wins.
Hey, Carlo, I'll make up for it now.
Get that out of here, man. I know what it says.
It could have changed. The stroke of a pen.
Joey was cooking today, man. Let me
Joe,
tell
you did cook today, man.
was on
well
it.
done.
He was on
I
it.
saw you go to the replay on
Joey was
Tom
on.
Thibodeau.
Joey was
40
on-
and 21.
Joey was on fire, but he forgot my Diet Coke, man.
Wow.
Oh.
Yep.
Almost
That's
100,
right.
almost an 100% night.
I gotta keep you humble, man.
No, that's fair. That's
It's
fair.
all good. Nah, I'm
It's
just
okay,
messing.
bro. Jake forgot
Shut
mine.
up! I get up for you all the time, Adam. I hate you.
Thank you. Clippers with a defensive state of mind against the Knicks. They win 105-95 here at Intuit Dome. Make it 2 in a row. Welcome into your post-game show. I'm Adam Osland. Coming up, we got second half highlights, your post-game box score, and Clippers talk on AM 570 LA Sports. But first, we head back over to your radio voice of the Clippers and Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, you really emphasized it towards the end of the ball game, and it proved true. Clippers defensively in this one doing their thing, holding the Knicks to just 17 points in the final 12 minutes specifically.
Yeah, it was impressive by this Clipper team when they needed stops, able to get stops. Now, obviously, a Knicks group on the second night of a back-to-back without their leading scorer in Jalen Brunson. But I thought the Clippers, Adam, you see that they lost in overtime last night. Sometimes that will let a team relax a little bit, come out with a feeling of, we are going to win this game, not earning the win. And the Clippers did not do that today. The Knicks never led by more than 9. The Clippers never trailed in the second half. They were able to put their foot down and come away with the victory. Overall, just a very solid performance from this group, a business-like approach, and they're starting to create some really, really nice habits on the offensive end, Adam, specifically getting Ivica Zubac the basketball.
Yeah, got 18 shots. My new barometer is if he gets 20, they're never going to
Only his
lose.
career high is 20. That's what Adam wants every night.
It's
Jesus.
20, or why is he even out there to
Yeah,
begin with? That's how
exactly.
I look at things. Vita Zubats was 16 and 14 in 39 minutes in this one, was very dominant at times. And I do think going up against a team that doesn't have Mitchell Robinson, that's playing on a back-to-back, no Jalen Brunson, that physicality can really wear on them as the game goes along and take away their legs.
Yeah, and it did. Ivica Zubats got a lot in the painted area. He was able to draw some fouls, really take on Karl-Anthony Towns as a defender. At one point, Tom Thibodeau had to just call a timeout because Ivica Zubats was too efficient in the paint, and the Clippers able to win the paint in this ball game. An excellent performance from the Clippers as they were able to find their stride offensively. They've really knocked down had some excellent three-point shooting at them these last couple of games after they struggled for the better part of February. 55% last game, which was a season high, and then you knocked down 15 threes on 40% tonight. Good sign for the Clippers, a team that, as you mentioned, the previous 15 games, teams were shooting 39% from three against them. A big reason why their defense had slipped dramatically, but getting back to those defensive ways, and I think Kawhi Leonard is really getting back to his defensive stuff. Had maybe the biggest steal of the night in this ballgame.
Yeah, while he struggled with his shot in the fourth quarter outside the free throw line, he couldn't get anything to go. It was still impressive to me that he stayed aggressive, that he went towards the basket, but then he really made his impact. That transition play where Josh Hart was streaking down the near sideline and Kawhi stayed with him the entire way, that's about as fast as I have seen him run from one end of the court to the other, and it would end with him putting those big mitts and claws out there, creating a steal with the Clippers getting points on the other end. That was impressive to me. And then maybe the game-sealing rebound also late for Kawhi Leonard.
Big offensive board in the corner. I mean, when Kawhi's doing the dirty work, the Clippers are going to have a lot of success at him. And he was doing the little things today for the Clippers, despite his ability to just score the basketball as well. And you know what? While we have a moment, why don't we pause 10 seconds for station identification here on your Clippers audio network?
Guy thinks he's him, and Carlo Jimenez with the ID station call there. Okay, so let's talk about Nico Batum, your player to watch.
Yeah, glad you included that last part.
5 of 7 from 3 in this one. Did he start 5 of 5 before missing his last 2? Was he that hot from distance? Plus a big block late.
Yeah, he was that hot. You could not touch him. As Cade Cunningham said, Nico Batum tonight was simmering on the floor with those 5 threes. I don't know what it is about these Knicks jerseys, but it seems to get Nico Batum playing to another level. Just his 4th start of the season, but knocking down big shots time and time again. Impressive stuff from Nico. And the Clippers needed it to start the ball game, Adam. I thought he provided some excellent shots and instant offense for this group. Great rebounds and steals as well. Had a couple great blocks for the Clippers in this ball game. Rear view rejections on the defensive side. Just an overall, all-around excellent performance. Season high for Nico Batum in points, and he did it in the first half. Finished with 17, nearly on his way to 20, which would have been the first time since 2023. Nico's last time with 20 points. Good win for the Clippers. Everyone got involved. Derrick Jones Jr. knocking down 2 big threes. I thought that was great to see after he missed the last 3 games at him. We mentioned it, the Bogdanovich 12 rebounds. You look at this box score and you say, all right, everybody played well. Good win. On to sack in one you need against the Kings for standings purposes.
In some ways, the Clippers tonight reminded me of last year's Knicks team, which was grittier on the defensive end. They struggled at times on the offensive end. The Clippers just shooting 42% from the field, but holding a team to 95 points and doing all the little things out there, including, you mentioned Bogey there, all 8 of his points coming in the fourth quarter, Carlo, and those 2 key tip-ins, a career high, 12 rebounds with 3 offensive rebounds, clutch performance down the stretch. He was really leading them at times. Those 8 points in the fourth quarter, all crucial.
Ty Lue really trusts Bogdanovich, and you could tell by the way he runs him in the pick and roll. I mean, they are having Bogey be the offensive initiator. I think once the Clippers get Norm back and Simmons back, we'll see more Simmons playing point guard for this Clipper team. But a Bogey Simmons pick and roll, Adam, with that second unit, I mean, you're essentially running a pick and roll with a big man, but who can also pass at Simmons out of the short roll with those two guard like players in their abilities on the offensive end. He had a really pretty shovel pass in the middle of that ball game coming off a pick and roll. Bogdanovich has unlocked something for this Clippers second unit. Ty was asked about it in the pregame press conference. He said, anything surprised you about Bogey? Justin Russo with a question, friend of the show. And Ty said, yeah, his ability to not just shoot the basketball. Bogey did tell reporters after his first game here that he's not just a shooter, but he is proving it with his play these last couple of games for the Clippers.
Clippers go on to win somewhat comfortably. This was the first time in the last 7 games they didn't enter clutch time as they led by more than 5 the last 6 minutes and 36 seconds of the ball game. They go on to win 105-95 here over the Knicks. We'll get back after it, back at Intuit Dome on Sunday night. Huge matchup in the Pac-Div in the Western Conference standings. Clippers taking on the new look Sacramento Kings. We'll have your pregame show starting at 5:30, tip-off at 6:30. Carlo, great call as always. Let's do it again on Sunday, and hopefully a Clippers sweep in this homestand.
Yeah, Adam, let's hope your Kings in town. Should be a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, you knew that was
When
coming.
are your Warriors coming?
You did-
Clippers
Oh,
win 105-95 over the Knicks. Here at Intuit Dome. Coming up next, second half highlights with Carlo Jimenez. You're listening to the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Clipper Nation, how we feeling? 2 in a row. Needed it. Big showdown with Sacktown on Sunday. I got a guest on Clippers Talk tomorrow from Sacramento. Daniel, where are we going second half? Perfect. Thank you. Is it a winning streak? Is 2 in a row a winning streak? Or is that 3 in a row? David Hong with words of wisdom. I'd just say they lost 2 in a row. David Hong, words to live by. Winning is always better than losing. Big if true. The Knicks were undermanned. They struggled at times offensively greatly, understandably. Second half of back-to-back. But the Clippers did what they had to do. Holding the team to 38% from the field, 9 of 34 from 3. Second straight game, teams shot poorly from 3. About time. About time. Good movie. Great movie, actually. You guys seen it? Probably at least remember Margot. Clippers win 105-95 here at Intuit Dome. Welcome back in, Clipper Nation. This is your post-game show. Coming up on AM 570 LA Sports, we'll have Clippers talk for you. But first, let's get to some second half highlights here after the Clippers' 10-point victory over the Knicks. At the half, still a close ball game. Clippers led 60-54. They did close the first half the right way. In the third quarter, it was Kawhi Leonard getting active. Kawhi with a no-look reverse layup over Mikal Bridges there. He had 8 points in that third quarter, but the Clippers led by just one at 79-78 as New York closed the quarter well. In the fourth quarter, Bogdan Bogdanovic didn't have a point in the ball game until the final 12 minutes. Bogey with all 8 of his points in the fourth quarter, finishes 4 of 9 from the field, 0 of 4 from the outside, but found other ways to contribute. That's how you do it. He had a career high 12 rebounds, 3 of them offensive rebounds, a couple of putbacks in there to finish with those 8 points and help finish off the New York Knicks 105-95. Clippers win here at Intuit Dome. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll get to your complete final box score. Clippers, winners of 2 in a row now. Can they make it 3 in a row? They're taking on the Kings back here at the Dome on Sunday. More on that coming up too here on the Los Angeles Clippers Audio Network. Yeah, I wanted to get his 20 takes. I thought when he was at 15, like early in the third quarter, he'd get there. My guy still didn't get a free throw, but 16 and 14 led them in the plus 19 in his 39 minutes. Pretty good. So in the 9 minutes without him, they were outscored by 10 by 9 by 10. Yeah. Plus 19, played 39 minutes. In the 9 minutes without Ivica Zubac, they lost those minutes by 10 points. Another L for Stephen A. Well, what'd he do? Nico Batum was awesome. I love a big Nico game like this. These mine? They are not unopened? Huh? I didn't know where they came from. Look, guys, Jake's saying I don't trust him. I'm just asking questions. Are they unopened? They shouldn't trust you either. Big Bro's been hating all night. Here, what do you really want to say, G?
I want to say I'm hating on your season, actually.
Did we cut that out? Clippers win 105-95 over the Knicks here at Intuit Dome. Welcome back in. I'm Adam Moslin. 2-game winning streak. Is that a winning streak or just 2 in a row? What qualifies as a streak? We'll take it either way. Big victory for the Clippers. Needed it. 2-0 on this 3-game homestand, concluding Sunday against the Sacramento Kings. Your post-game box score reads as such. Clippers shot 42% from the field, 15 of 38 from 3, but they started 11 of 20. So they went 4 for their last 18 in the second half. I like that. They didn't just rely on the 3 ball to bring this one home. They had to do it the hard way. Little underrated stat tonight. The Knicks have the fourth fewest turnovers per game at just 13.2 turnovers. They had 15 turnovers in this one. Clippers had 16 points off of those. The Clippers had just 12 turnovers. The Knicks did have 17 points off of those, but still, 12 turnovers is a very good number. There were times where I felt like the Clippers didn't get back and the transition defense wasn't quite good enough in the first half. But overall, that 3-point shooting, the rebounding, specifically those offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter by Bojan Bogdanovic, he got to those 8 points, all coming in the fourth, 12 rebounds. James Harden had 27, a quiet 27, where he took over in stretches. And I also noticed he didn't come back in to the fourth till about the 5:30 mark of the fourth quarter. Coach Lue trying to keep his minutes down, only played 36 in this one. That was intentional. But those 27 points on 20 shots, he was 5 of 12 from the outside, 8 of 9 from the free throw line, 7 assists to 4 turnovers for the bearded wonder. Chris Dunn, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 points, 1 of 3, 0 of 2 from the outside. Beats the Zubats with 16 and 14. Kawhi Leonard, off shooting night, 6 of 18. I think went 0 of 4 in the fourth quarter from the field, but did get to the free throw line. Went 7 of 8 there. Forced the issue a little bit. I really like seeing that. And the defense was very good from him in the rebounding in the fourth quarter down the stretch. Impactful plays. Still got to 20 points, 7 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals for the Claw. And how about Nico Batum, St. Nick? 17 points in his 34 minutes. I'm telling you, I believe they've been saving him for teams like this. Specifically, they get in a playoff series with the team with some size out there. You can start Nico at power forward. Have Kawhi at the 3. Nico Batum started 5 of 5 from 3, guys. Finished 6 of 9 overall, 5 of 7 from 3, 17 points. They don't win this ball game if he doesn't get the start. Coach Lue pushing all the right buttons. Good to see DJ back. Derek Jones Jr., he also knocked down 2 3-pointers, had 9 points. Looked good out there coming off the groin injury. Clippers win 105-95 over the Knicks here at Intuit Dome. Outside of Los Angeles, we are leaving you until Sunday. Clippers taking on the Kings, 5:30 pregame in LA. Don't go anywhere. We got Clippers talk next. Where'd you get this, bro? You think it was Joey's? I won't give it away then. I'll wait. Want me to give away 2? You don't want it? I already got one. I'll give it away. Guys, the second keyword to win the wristlet is big. Second keyword is big. I gave the first one away in the pregame show. Nick Ramos got some jokes. Nico's shot had an arc like Noah's tonight. Yeah, but he made an odd number of threes. Might have to run to the bathroom after this first timeout, Daniel. You might have to play some extra. I've been holding it for the whole second half. I know everyone cares. Tupac cares. If don't nobody else does. Hey, we can like that New York slice pizza out here too. I know I do, especially after Clippers' victory over the New York Knicks. They win 105-95. Welcome into your post-game show. It's Clippers Talk. I'm Adam Osland. 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Coming up, looking for post-game audio. We'll get to your phone calls. Clippers have won 2 in a row now. Okay. Starting to feel a little bit better about this ball club, huh? They hold a team to 95 points. I know who the Knicks were without. Jalen Brunson, second night of a back-to-back, got hurt late against the Lakers last night. But the Clippers handled their business, holding a team to 38.5% shooting from the field and 9 of 34 from three. Not easy. The Knicks only turn it over 13 times per game. They turned it over 15 times against the Clippers. And there were some key defensive moments in this one. In the fourth quarter, when the Clippers had to have it, it was a 1-point game heading into the fourth. As the Clippers, well, they went 0 of 9 from the field the last 5 minutes of the third. It was 79-78 Clippers. To start the fourth quarter, it was DJ, Bogey, Amir, Zoo, Kawhi. Bogey hits a turnaround to get things going in the fourth quarter. After not having a point entering it, he would come up huge. Kawhi short on a fadeaway. Shamet would miss. Bogey would get a board. He went for a career-high 12 rebounds. Then after Kawhi was short, he was long on a jumper. Campaign misses a three. Zoo passed to a cutting DJ for a dunk, and there's your second field goal of the fourth quarter. And Coach Tibbs sees his team down 5, calls a timeout. Bridges misses out of the timeout. Zoo misses a floater off a great feed from Kawhi. Payne turnover. Kawhi short on a floater. Couldn't get anything to go. Looked gas late. Really did. But there were some things I was very much encouraged by. Shamet had a miss, and Kawhi crashed the glass. Zoo came up with it. The little things there Kawhi was doing to impact the game in the fourth quarter, even though shots weren't falling. Bogey to Zoo now, 85-78. Shamet would beat Zoo to the basket on a left alley layup. Kawhi to DJ for a big three. Welcome back, Derek Jones Jr. 8-point Clippers lead. They got that cushion there. Bridges hits a jumper. Bogey, another fadeaway. He's not just a three-point sniper. He's a three-level scorer. Precious Achiuwa had an and one as Bogey fouled him. Did they review that one? I believe they did. Maybe they didn't. Amir misses a wide-open three. And maybe one of my favorite plays of the game, Kawhi, as they were pushing it in transition with Josh Hart, stayed with him the entire time from the backcourt to the front court, running full speed, and then got the strip off of Josh Hart. And then Amir in the same spot, wide open three, nails it. The bench wasn't great, but they were gritty late. They had some timely buckets. Then Kawhi defense on Shamet. Great closeout, misses a three. Kawhi spins to the rim and is fouled. Wasn't hitting with his jumper. Wasn't hitting with the floater in the fourth. How can you make an impact? Get to the free throw line. Harden is still on the bench at this point, by the way. This is interesting, especially when I give you the time that he entered the game. So Kawhi hits the first, misses the second. Clippers are up by 9. Then Zoo defense on OG, and Bogey gets his 10th rebound. Derek Jones Jr. misses a three. Amir fouls Hart in the backcourt. Harden comes into the game at the 5:29 mark of the fourth quarter. This is Coach Lue managing minutes. Harden only played 36. That's nothing for him. With how many he's been tasked with this season, everything he's been asked to do, he has done. Josh Hart would hit a floater, 7-point game. Kawhi misses a jumper over McBride. He goes 0 of 4 from the field in the fourth. But an OG turnover and then a Bogey tip in, and the Clippers are back up by 9 after Bogey gets the tip in on a hard miss. This is all about doing the little things when shots aren't falling. Bogey couldn't get anything to go. He did have the 2 fallaways to start the fourth quarter, but he hadn't scored entering it. And then he's doing the dirty work getting tip-ins. Bridges jumper, 96-89. Clippers up 7. Bogey, another tip-in off a Zoom miss, 98-89. Kawhi defense, again, very good. And Nico Batum, a little Batumbo. R.I.P. Dikembe Mutombo with a Nico Batum block. Batumbo happened out there. Then Kawhi, tough move, splits the defense, goes to the line as he gets fouled by Karl Anthony Towns. Put the pressure on the defense. Back at the free throw line. Hits both. Clippers are up by 11. First to 100. Shout out Ralph Lawler. It's 100-89. You're starting to feel real good about this one. Hart push shot. Bogey misses a fall away. OG misses. Kawhi rebound. Doing the little things. They did have a turnover. Cat would get a bucket. 7-point game. Not over yet. Harden probably the biggest bucket with a floater. Made it 102-93 to give them that breathing room. Bridges would get a layup the other way. But this might have been the one that sealed it. Bogey misses a three-pointer. Couldn't get anything to fall there late. But Kawhi Leonard comes down with a big offensive rebound. That was huge. Then they had to foul James Harden. He went to the free throw line, put him up 9, 25 seconds left. Game. Clippers weren't at their best by any stretch of the imagination. But they did what they had to, and their defense showed up. And that's what they're supposed to hang their hat on. Offense comes and goes. Defense has to be there. And even with how close it felt, the Clippers didn't go into clutch time in this game, meaning the game was not within 5 in the last 5 minutes. It was the first time their last 7 games that they weren't in clutch time, meaning they have lost a lot of close games. And there were some times where I was like, okay, a little too close for comfort, but never got within 5 points in the last 5 minutes. Good to see that. Good to see a lot of guys contribute in different ways when what they do best wasn't working. These are just the type of dig it out of the dirt games, rock fights that you have to win when a team like the Knicks that is 40-22 and now 40-23, I think, on the season, is missing their best player in Jalen Brunson. They still had Cat. Karl Anthony Towns struggled, 8 of 21 to get to his 23 points. Mikal Bridges, who they traded 5 first-round picks for. You hear that, Nico Harrison? They had to trade 5 first-round picks to get Mikal Bridges. You got 1 back for Luka. He had 22, an efficient 22, but he only took 12 shots. That's not enough to me. If I'm a Knicks fan, I'm asking, we need more from you right now, bro. Miles McBride was 2 of 13. Josh Hart, 6 of 13. He gave Kawhi problems, especially in the first half. Kawhi was really good in that third quarter. That 180 no-look reverse layup he had over Bridges was tough. He also had a putback off a missed jumper that I liked and a fall away over a double team in the third. Kawhi watch is always happening. It started here first. Come on, Darian. You know I patented and trademarked Kawhi watch. I'm just kidding, bro. But DJ back. Knocks down 2 threes. Really, really good to see him out there. And Bogey going 0-4 from 3, but still making all these impactful plays. Big time performance from him. Like that could get in your head. You're a 3-point marksman. You're missing. No, forget that. You can help in other ways. You can make good passes on the pick and roll to Ivica Zubac, and it's great to have another guy out there that can do that. Coach Lou commented about that pregame. Clippers win 105-95 over the Knicks. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. I'll read some of your comments. We'll get to your phone calls. 866-987-2570. 866-987-2570 is the phone number. Clippers didn't need to stay hot from 3 to win in the second half. After going 11 of 20 from 3 in the first half, just 4 of 18 from 3 in the second half, they still win by 10 because the defense was there all night against the Knicks. I'm Adam Osland, here at Into a Dome, and you're listening to Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports. So they tried Eubanks in the first half. It wasn't working. Coach Lou went away from it with small ball. Without Mitchell Robinson, you could do that tonight. Claybon's saying, do the water bottle trick you did on the freeway that one time, Adam. I don't get it. Oh, I do get it. Claybon's been watching for a while. Yeah, I forgot to go to the bathroom. I'm just going to hold it. I've gone this far. You're right. What's that? Whatever it takes, man. You know, I thought this was a Kobe quote, but according to Nick Ramos, quote, I'd rather go 0 of 30 than 0 of 9 because if you go 0 of 9, that means you stopped shooting. That means you lost confidence. He credits Bogey. I don't know. I kind of think that was a Kobe quote. They could really use Simmons back for the real small ball the Clippers, I think, want to play. Yeah, the Knicks played hard. They always do. Clippers win 105-95. As I push my bladders to its limits here. Add Into a Dome. Welcome back in. It's Clippers Talk. Forgot to go during the break. I'm too excited to talk Clippers. I can't leave. I can't stop doing shows on Clippers Talk. I think we're 154 days in. 154 straight days of Clippers Talk at Clippers Talk on the YouTube side. Clippers win 105-95 over the Knicks. They make it 2 in a row, 2-0 so far on this homestand. The Dome is home. It is great to be back here. They've been dominant in their first season here at Into a Dome. God bless Steve Ballmer for building this cathedral, this basketball palace, the best place in the world to watch a basketball game. Just how many games in are we? We've played about 30 or 29 games here so far this season, and I still get excited coming here. You guys should too. You know, there were some Knicks fans in the building tonight. I know everybody wants to see this. Spike Lee was here, but Clipper Nation still dominated, and the Clippers defense dominated. This is them maybe out of necessity getting back to playing elite defense because their offense, you know, I didn't think it was great tonight. They shot 42% from the field. I think the threes and the hot three-point shooting in the first half masked some poor possessions and some poor process, but they did execute well enough late. They did outscore them 26-17 in the fourth quarter, and holding them to 17 points in the fourth is spectacular defense. And I thought there was a really good ATO by Coach Lou out of a timeout. It was a lob over the defense to Kawhi on the right block in the fourth quarter from James Harden. They had to foul. There were just some little things. Like, you knew you didn't have your best. Three-point shooting was gone in the second half. as hot as they were in the first half, and they just had to grind it out. And the Knicks still a good defensive team without Jalen Brunson. They're still a team that scraps and plays hard. And maybe the key word there is scrap. The Clippers have to get their scrap back. That's what Coach Lue likes to talk about when he talks about their defense. Our scrap was good. Post game, I'm interested to hear from Coach Lue. I'll look for some quotes here, but about the type of gritty victory this was and if he was pleased or not with their defense. James Harden had such a quiet 27. Maybe that's because he's coming off a game where he had 50. You know? He was only 7 of 20. I need to look up scoring by quarter with James Harden. When did he do his most damage? So, in the first quarter, yeah, it might have been that. He had 10 points, 10 of his 27. He was just 3 of 7 from the field, but he had 4 assists. He had a couple of really. I noticed James Harden was, while he was looking for a shot early, almost giving himself a heat check. He took 5 threes in the first quarter to see if he was still hot. It really felt like he was looking to see. I still got it from Wednesday night. He had 9 points in the second quarter where he would hit 3 3-pointers. So a little bit hotter there, and the Clippers led 60 to 54. And I want to check on the end of that second quarter in my notes here because the Clippers, so they started this game on a 9-0 run. They were up 9-0. They ended the first quarter on a 9-0 run. That was great to see. It was 31-25 heading into the second. And then, were they down by 9 at one point? Yeah, they were down by 9 in the second. The Knicks had a 9-0 run of their own. There was a possession where Kawhi played extremely aggressive defense on Mikal Bridges on the left wing in the second quarter that I noticed, where he really got into him and Bridges threw up some junk and it went. And Kawhi was like, damn. But I thought the fourth quarter was some of the best defense he's played since he came back. Really focusing on that end. But back to the second quarter, there were times where at the end of possessions, I was frustrated because the ball was finding Eubanks. Instead of Kawhi, even if he has to force something over a double team, I think that's better than a Drew Eubanks push shot. It wasn't working. Zoo came back in, and they restored order in that second quarter. Zubats helped. But I'm looking for, yes, James would, at the end of the second quarter, he got fouled on a three-pointer, which was big for the Clippers. He also, I think, made a big three. Of course, Batum did damage in that area. You want to talk about restoring order. Batum hit some really big shots for the Clippers to give them leads or grab the lead back immediately because they were down 45 to 36 by 9 at the 6:04 mark of the second. In fact, the Clippers only had 5 points in the second quarter, midway through it. It was a brutal watch. That lineup that was out there wasn't exactly getting it done. I mean, it was Kawhi, DJ, Eubanks, Amir, Bogey for a period of time. They really struggled. That's what got them down by 9 and killed Kawhi's plus-minus on the night. But James Harden came back in and hit a three after they were down by 9. That was a big shot to kind of restore order. And then Kawhi knocked one down. So you go from being down by 9 within the span of just about 40 seconds to being down by 3. Timeout, Knicks. They're up 45 to 42 with 5:15 left in the second. That was a really big swing for the Clippers. That was big there. Nico would eventually hit a three-pointer. And then near the end of the second quarter, it was a Zubats dunk off a really good feed from James Harden. I think that was Harden had in this ball game, guys, a crazy. This might have been in the third quarter. What looked to be a step back three that was actually a pass underneath to Ivica Zubac for a bucket. It was special. It was a crazy pass from James. Hit me up if you guys remember the quarter that happened in, because I took note of that, or did I? As I'm trying to find it here. But Zoo buckets to start the third quarter. And then after Kawhi got off to that slow start, they only had a 1-point lead at the half. He hit that fadeaway over a double team. The reverse where he got the step on Josh Hart on the right wing, got to the basket, and had that spinning, no-look reverse layup over Mikal Bridges. Really good to see. Batum actually had, this is funny, Batum was so hot from the outside that he fooled Ivica Zubac in the third quarter on a jump pass where Zoo was waiting underneath the basket in case he missed a three, but instead Batum hit him in the face with a basketball, basically, as it was a pass. That's how unselfish he is. Maybe a little bit too unselfish in that moment there. But all in all, solid victory for the Clippers. They do have a huge game coming up on Sunday back here at Intuit Dome against a Kings team that is really putting it together as of late and got a big victory over a former King in De'Aaron Fox and the San Antonio Spurs tonight up in Sacktown. J-Dog said it was with 1 minute left in the quarter. Which quarter? You're saying second quarter. So that was the play I was thinking of. That Zubac's dunk to end near the end of the second quarter, that was the James Harden step back three. Wait, no, he's just passing it down low to Ivica Zubac. Everybody reacted to that step back three, and James found Ivica Zubac instead. Awesome to see. Also good to see. I joked I need Zoo getting 20 shots every game. I know that's not going to happen, but he still got up 18 in a game with Kawhi Leonard back. So that's important to note. Last game, no Kawhi. This game with Kawhi, he still got up 18 shots. James got up 20. Kawhi got up 18. Clippers win 105-95 over the Knicks here at Intuit Dome. Let's go to Demetrius in Manhattan Beach. Demetrius, you got 30 seconds here. Demetrius, I've been screaming about getting Big Zoo the ball for like 3 years now. I got the tweets and the receipts. Well, here's the thing. Comparing this team's shooting numbers to last year's team, that team was a better shooting team. Like, period. Like, for all the mocking people do of Paul George, he's a very good high volume 3-point shooter. It's not the same. And also the gravity of having him out there leads to more open shots for players. And when you're playing Chris Dunn and Derek Jones Jr., guys who are known for being a little bit above 30% from the outside for their careers, when they're playing heavier minutes on your team and they weren't there last year, that's going to affect your overall 3-point shooting. So I think this is more of a personnel issue. And I'm not saying they can't have hot streaks. Tonight, the Clippers, first half, 11 of 50 from the outside. But Nico Batum's not going 5 of 7 every game, my friend. That's not how this works. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Demetrius. I appreciate the phone call, my friend. We got to take a quick time out here, but I'm with you. You know that. I think on nights like this, where you only shoot 42% from the field, you have to get back to basics. Get back to playing great defense out there. I'll look for some post-game quotes from Coach Lou coming up. Clippers win 105-95 over the Knicks here at Intuit Dome. Quick timeout. You're listening to Clipper Sock here on AM 570 LA Sports. There was another play I was looking for, guys. When did DJ have that dunk? Was that first quarter off that pass from Ivica Zubats? He had a nice feed to Dunn. Zoo got hit in the head, by the way, on a right-handed hook shot at the 8:10 mark of the second quarter. No call. Made note of that. Kawhi's really been looking for Zoo. I love that. DJ dunk was later in the game. Was the third quarter? I gotta start putting these in bold. My favorite plays. Yeah, that was fourth quarter. Zoo passed the cutting DJ for a dunk. That's what it was. Caused a timeout. Why are people hating on Dunn here? Ty Lue said Jeff Van Gundy has been challenging Bogdan Bogdanovic to get on the glass more. How about that? Had 12 career rebounds tonight. Clippers win 105-95 over the Knicks here at Intuit Dome. Welcome back. I'm Adam Osland. Congrats to Bogdan Bogdanovic. Career high 12 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds, all 8 of his points coming in the fourth, 4 of them coming off of offensive rebounds for tip-ins. Apparently, Coach Lou said post-game Jeff Van Gundy had been challenging Bogdan to get on the glass a little bit more. I think it worked out. He's done this, or I guess he puts like notes in guys' locker rooms, or lockers, slips a note in there, challenges guys to do something that's out of the ordinary maybe for them, but something they're capable of doing. I love that from JVG. Coach Lou said post-game that Kawhi and James Harden both trust Bogdan Bogdanovic down the stretch of close games to handle the ball and make decisions to alleviate some of the pressure off of them. I do too. I've been telling everybody, like, it's not an option to just go away from Bogey with the way this team has been constructed. So people that were hating on his three-point shooting, and it's been better as of late, although he went 0 for 4 in this game, but it has been better. Bogey is too talented of a player. You bet on his career numbers and things evening out. You stick with him. He's 32. He's moving fine. Three-point shooting has been a confidence thing. It's a bummer that tonight he goes 0 of 4. After the last 5 games, he had been shooting 47% from the outside. But he found other ways to contribute and impact the game and win them the game. They don't win without Bogey. And him being able to run pick and roll where you see, like, Kawhi doesn't have anything for a possession. I saw this in the fourth quarter. The ISO wasn't there. He gave it up to Bogey. Bogey ran pick and roll with Ivica Zubac. It just makes them more diverse offensively. And it gives guys a breather from having to do so much offensively in James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. That's the point of this. Having another ball handler out there. So now you got him and Chris Dunn. When Ben Simmons comes back, that can be big for them. Next to James and Kawhi in that ball handling responsibility and those duties. Anytime you can help out those guys even just a little bit, I think it makes a big difference when it comes to energy late. You take the ball out of their hands and playmaking responsibilities and having to do so much on-ball work out of their hands a little bit. Take some of that usage rating away. It will pay dividends for you. Jose in Southgate, who's known as Jay in the chat. You're on Clippers Talk with Adam Moslin. What's up, Jose? Jose in Southgate with the Let's Go Clippers chant at the end, as he's prone to do with all his calls. We'll take a timeout. Clippers win 105-95 over the Knicks here at Intuit Dome. Clippers back here against Sacktown on Sunday night. Huge battle when it comes to seeding, playoff positioning. They're right next to the Kings in the standings. We'll update you on that coming up next. I'm Adam Mosland, and this is Clippers Talk here on AM 570 LA Sports. We played that one already, Daniel. It's all good. I'm just playing. Chat, did you guys see that play where Karl Anthony Towns went flying almost into LL Cool J baseline? There on the far sideline? I think that was LL. Yeah, I thought that was him. Yeah. Let's go Clippers. Da, 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 da. Let's go Clippers. Yeah, that's a big moment for Bogey to show that other dimension that he can offer this team. Like, everybody can learn from that too. If what you do, this is something Doc Rivers used to always say, if what you do best isn't working that night, how can you help the team win? What else can you do to help the team win? Get outside of yourself. Get outside of your player profile. Find another way to contribute. Love that. I'm a big Bogey fan, if you couldn't tell. Always have been. Ooh, and he's going up against his former team on Sunday in the Kings. Before Atlanta. That's where he was. Necessary win over this beat-up Knicks team tonight. That is third in the East, but no Jalen. Is my box score wrong? No, it's right. James Harden did finish with 27. The Clippers win 105-95 over the Knicks. 27 was a game high in this one. No Jalen Brunson for New York. Mikal Bridges had 22. Karl Anthony Towns had 23, but on 8 of 21 shooting. And Nico Batum got the start partially because Karl Anthony Towns. I like that move. And as I've been saying for months, for everybody complaining about the Clippers not having or not getting that power forward, I'm telling you, Nico Batum can be the secret weapon power forward in a playoff series, depending on the matchup. A guy who can start games at power forward. Why? Because he can shoot. Did you see him tonight? 5 of 7 from the outside. You need somebody that plays power forward that can shoot next to Ivica Zubac. I've been saying this, I think they're saving Nico. That's why he hasn't been playing heavy minutes. Tonight he played 34. Oh, I heard the Jimmy Butler chant. That was pretty good from the wall as Karl Anthony Towns was at the free throw line, and he did acknowledge you there. Waved you off after he made both. Towns, yeah, the wall was bringing it tonight. That was very good. The Scaredy with a picture of Karl Anthony Towns, Scaredy cat poster board, pretty good. I like Karl Anthony Towns. I know he's going through a hard time. He had a knee injury and then was out for personal reasons. Yeah, cat's a good one. I like him. But he had an off night. And the Clippers defense had an on night. But that should not be an on-off switch. The defense should always be on. Like, that's one of those light switches that's taped on at all times. Okay, usually I think they're taped off, but maybe you're painting around it or something. That defense needs to be there. Because the last 15 games heading into this one, the Clippers haven't been nearly good enough on that end. They've been basically a bottom 10 defensive team. They're too good. On the season, they're number 3, which tells you how good they have been overall to still be number 3 when your last 15 games you've been a bottom 10 defense. Some people are being doomers here, saying it's Harden's show. I watched the interaction a lot with him and Kawhi tonight because Harden just had 50 and Kawhi just came back. And I've been talking about that theme of how to run your offense, and I do think you need to run it through Kawhi. I think it was much more balanced. I think they were trying to get him more involved. There were more set plays going to Kawhi. James Harden came up to him at the free throw line in the fourth quarter and gave him a little tap on the chest. Like, come on, let's go. Kawhi was struggling with his shot. I liked seeing that encouragement there from his teammate. Kawhi with 20 on 6 of 18 shooting, but defense was really good in the fourth. Hustle was really good. Watch the tape of Kawhi in the fourth quarter. Just ISO him on some of these plays. That's probably the best he's looked this season defensively. So the Clippers improved to 34-29. They're currently 8th in the West, behind Minnesota by a game as they won tonight. That was unfortunate. They won by 2 in Miami. The other team that won is right behind them in the Sacramento Kings. they took out San Antonio now with De'Aaron Fox. Fox only went 6 of 17, 0 of 6 from 3, 16 points. Zach LaVine had 36. And guess what? The Clippers host the Kings here at Intuit Dome on Sunday. Huge game. The Kings are a half game back of the Clippers. The Clippers have won the first 2 games in the head-to-head series this season, meaning if they win on Sunday, they will have the head-to-head tiebreaker over Sacramento. Huge, huge game. Tip off at 6:30, pregame at 5:30 Sunday night. Biggest game of the season to date because of the playoff implications here. They need to get that tiebreaker. They need to create more distance between themselves and the Sacramento Kings, who have been playing much better ball, 7-3 their last 10. The new group has actually been buying in. Coming into this game, I believe over their last handful or so, they've been top 10 in offense and defense. I'll have a guest on tomorrow from Sacktown to help preview that ball game on Clippers Talk on the YouTube side. Before we get out of here, I do want to thank the Clippers organization, Ralph Lawler, Brian Seaman, Noah Eagle, Carlo Jimenez on the call, Big Brother Jake Warner, our head engineer here at Intuit Dome, Daniel West, our producer back in the bank. Till Sunday, with the Kings taking on your LA Clippers here at Intuit Dome. Pregame show starting at 5:30. I'm Adam Moslem. We'll talk to you then.
Take it easy, Daniel.
Clipper Nation, before we get out of here, I do want to remind you, Clipper Talk is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest way to play fantasy sports, and it's available in over 30 states. All you got to do is pick higher or lower on your favorite player's stats or your least favorite player's stats. And you can win up to 100 times your money, make picks, win money. I got that free promo code too. This will give new users a free pick and up to $1,000 in bonus cash. The promo code is LAC, and you can find it and the referral link in the description down below in this very episode. Underdog Fantasy, make picks, win money. Talk to you guys around 12:30 Pacific.